Hello, everyone. Dr. Cinema here. You know, my very first movie face off was The Sixth Sense versus Unbreakable. Two great Shyamalan films. The face off, spoiler alert, went to Unbreakable. It's a movie I really love and enjoy, and while I don't have a concrete top 10 films of all time list at the time I'm recording this, I would seriously consider putting Unbreakable in that top 10. That's how much I really love and appreciate that movie. Then, 17 years later, after the release of Unbreakable and a slew of failures, we got the movie Split, the surprise sequel to Unbreakable, laying the foundation for the movie Glass coming out in a few months. So, I can't believe this is happening. I mean, I love both Unbreakable and Split. They're really great films I really enjoy. But of course, one of them is better than the other, and it's this YouTube series' purpose to decide which one is better. So, we're putting up Unbreakable, one of the most unique superhero films of the genre, and Split, the surprise, exciting thriller from Shyamalan. Now we've got 5 rounds. Let's get ready to do this. Alright. Round 1. Story. The story of Unbreakable focuses on David Dunn, who survives a train wreck where he's the only one that survives untouched. And he soon runs into Elijah Price, who tells him that he believes he is the next superhero, a modern day version of Greek mythology heroes. And while David Dunn doesn't really believe that at first, some coercion from his son Joseph pushes David into fulfilling his superhero role, and assumingly that's what he's been doing for the past 17 years, between Unbreakable and Split. We'll learn more in Glass, but that's the basic story premise of Unbreakable. Split focuses on a man named Kevin Crumb, a person with 23 different personalities, but the 24th soon on its way. Simply called the Beast, 3 particular personalities control and take over Kevin Crumb's body as they kidnap 3 girls and prepare for the arrival of the new personality called the Beast, which appears to have some sort of possibly supernatural abilities. We'll learn a little bit more in Glass, because Shyamalan movies are all about mystery, apparently. So these are the 2 very basic story premises of the 2 films. Both of them are some pretty cool concepts. And Split is an amazing, surprising, exciting thriller. But there are parts of it that do make me think of other thriller films that, while Split does enough to make itself stand out from those films, does make me remember that it is familiar compared to a few other films. Unbreakable is, while not completely its own thing, is very unique considering the genre that it's supposed to be in. It's a drama superhero film. It does things that other superhero films really don't do. There's not even really a big climatic, property damaging fight at the end of the film during its 3rd act. It really separates itself and really makes you a lot more engaged than you thought you'd be. So I'm giving this round to Unbreakable. Let's move on to round 2, the main character. The main character of Unbreakable is David Dunn, played by Bruce Willis. The main character of Split, you could make the argument that goes to the character Casey Cook, played by Anna Taylor. I'm just going to call her Anna Taylor. But I like to think that the main character of Split is ultimately Kevin Crumb, the admittedly antagonist of that film. Because I guess since it's a surprise sequel, it is technically a supervillain origin story. Now, Bruce Willis, while in recent years has been criticizing for sleeping through performances, back in this film in the year 2000, he brings some real depth and groundedness to this character that really makes you engaged with him. Now, Kevin Crumb from Split, played by James McAvoy, is just in a whole other league. He's playing through several different personalities, and while we don't see all 23, each one is so distinct and unique from each other that it's amazing that James McAvoy is doing such an incredible performance in this film. So, for obvious reasons, I'm giving this one to Split. Now let's move on to round 3, supporting characters. Supporting characters on Unbreakable include Joseph Dunn, David Dunn's son, who pushes his father to take on the superhero role, even though his father is really hesitant about it. Just give me one. Well, I just want to check one thing. Another important supporting character in this film is Audrey Dunn. There we go, Audrey Dunn. David Dunn's wife, and they've been going through a bit of some marriage troubles throughout the film, but ultimately, looks like David Dunn and Audrey Dunn sort of patch things up. That's kind of left open-ended at the end of Unbreakable. Hopefully that is what we see in Glass. But the other main supporting character of Unbreakable is Elijah Price, played by Samuel L. Jackson, the ally turned villain of Unbreakable, who has a very interesting psychology mindset that really... if I go into this tangent now, this will be too long of a video, but he's really great. Other supporting characters from Split, like I said, include Casey Cook, one of the 3 teenagers kidnapped by Kevin, Kevin's psychiatrist, and a couple other characters that really don't have that big of a role in the actual story of the film. And while Anna Taylor plays a great job in this movie, I'm obviously giving this round to Unbreakable. So, the round goes to Unbreakable. Alright, let's move on to round 4. The Shyamalan twist. Now, every Shyamalan movie has a twist. That's what makes it a Shyamalan movie. In Unbreakable, the twist at the end of the film is that Elijah Price, who throughout the movie has been a sort of ally and friend of David Dunn's, it turns out he was the one that orchestrated the train wreck that David was in, and also orchestrated a whole other slew of domestic terrorist-like events, causing the deaths of dozens, if not hundreds of people, in his obsessive search to seek out the modern superhero. And it ends with him being arrested and put into an institution. That is the big twist of Unbreakable that was really well played out. The twist of Split is a more subtle one, but once you see it, bam! So, it's the end of the film. Kevin Crumb, as the Beast, is on the loose in Philadelphia, which is also the city where Unbreakable is in. And a news report is showing what's been going on with the Beast. A couple of girls in a diner talking about, this kind of reminds me of this one guy that got sent to an institution for something like this. What was his name? And then Bruce Willis, as David, chimes in and says, Elijah. And that's the surprise, that this is the sequel to Unbreakable. Oh my god. Now, the twist of Unbreakable is truly great. But if I'm being honest, there were some signs that should have tipped me off that that twist was going to happen. Considering that, considering the fact that how David's abilities and Elijah's uh, health condition are sort of almost exact polar opposites of each other, which is what of hero-villain dynamics are like. The fact that Split revealed itself to be a sequel to Unbreakable is amazing because Unbreakable came out in 2000. Split came out in 2017. We thought we'd never get a sequel to Unbreakable. But the fact that this happened brought so much joy to everyone that we're getting Shyamalan's big crossover event, technically speaking. So I'm giving this twist to Split. I'm just so excited for Glass, if you can't tell. Finally, fifth and final round. The atmosphere of each film. Split is a thriller slash horror film slash drama that sees a man with split personalities kidnapping these girls, holding them hostage, waiting for this new personality to inevitably arrive. This sense of dread and horror of waiting to see what will happen is very intense. The atmosphere of Unbreakable is one of thinking, of talking about fate. Fate plays a huge part in Unbreakable. But in Unbreakable, they talk about fate like sort of like it's a bad thing. I mean, yes, David is chosen to be this hero, but Elijah, the guy that discovered David, had always wanted to be a superhero growing up as a kid, being picked on. But now he realized that in order to find the hero, he realized he has to end up becoming the villain, which puts a sense of despair in the film. And you're also wondering, are these people only chosen to be victims of another villain? Are these people only chosen to be victims just because that was just how they ended up becoming? The idea of no choice, no free will, puts a sense of darkness and depression in the film that's really not seen in a lot of films like this. While Split has its unique atmosphere of thrill and excitement, Unbreakable stands out as its own unique thing. So, yeah, the round and the movie face-off once again goes to Unbreakable. Now, like I said, I love both of these films. They're really great. And I'm so excited for Glass. Oh god. I'm kidding. Alright, so comment down below your thoughts. Like, subscribe, share. And this is Dr. Cinema. See you next time.